Teddy, you talked earlier about identifying bad teams early here in week 1, and you're looking at 2 games.
Absolutely. Let's go to Detroit and talk about arguably the #1 most supported team among sharp bettors this past offseason.
And who is that?
That would be Philadelphia.
Aha.
We talked about Philly last week, how they were taking money for the season win total and to win the division and to win the conference. And there are a lot of reasons that happened. They did nothing but make win now moves this past offseason. And they're a squad that's loaded with offensive playmakers. They've got weapons. They're big up front in the trenches. And that's likely to be a problem for a Detroit team that has their issues defensively and is not built to bang in the trenches on the defensive side of the football. Look, teams like Detroit, featured on Hard Knocks, getting a lot of publicity this preseason. Sometimes they come out a little bit overvalued in that regard. And look, Philly beat this team 44-6 last year. I'm not convinced the rematch is going to be that much better for Detroit.
Okay, for our second game, this show broadcasted all across the country, including by the Yes Network in New York. Hello to all of our friends in New York. They may not love what you're about to talk about with one of their teams, though, the team in green.
Sure. We have some issues with Gang Green this week. And it starts on the other side of the table, all right? Baltimore has been a dominant preseason team in the Harbaugh era. They've won their last 23 preseason games in a row.
That's wild.
That August success has carried over to September. This team has been dominant in week 1, 5-1 straight up, 5-1 against the spread. 4 of those wins coming by 20 or more points. Harbaugh has them ready coming out of camp. Now, New York just did the QB shuffle. We've got Joe Flacco in this week.
Right.
Flacco and the left tackle, the oldest starting QB left tackle duo in the history of the league. That's a concern against a strong defense. And we love to back underachieving teams from last year early in the season. Baltimore certainly fits into that category.
And they're healthy. They got pretty much everybody ready to go.